What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Vigorous Shooter. Today I'm going to be talking with you guys 5 things I wish I knew before starting my filmmaking business. Whatever I share with you guys, I wouldn't say that this is the best way to do it, but honestly, I'm just sharing my perspective on how I felt like my filmmaking business should have started. Now, a lot of us, we're just creatives. We typically don't really know much about business, but we damn sure know how to create beautiful art. The more I got into the business, the more I realized that, damn, I should have put a lot more time to get to understand how business work, and also creating a business plan on what I would want to see for myself and for my team. If you plan on having a team, or even for the long term, on what do you ultimately want to accomplish from creating this business. So for my first point, I wish I picked a niche before starting out, because it would have made life a whole lot easier, honestly. I'm going to share with you guys a couple reasons why picking a niche is very important. We just want to make really cool videos, and it doesn't matter what kind of video, it doesn't matter where the video is at, as long as we're creating something and we're getting experience and building value for customers. That might work very well for some. Well, for others, like me, I feel like it's kind of putting me in a bind because I already have a jack of all trades mindset. I'm chasing many different types of businesses, and I don't have a clear direction on, where I want to go. So it's simply finding as much business as possible that wanted my service, and then giving them what I had to offer. So later down the line, when it comes down to marketing, that made it very hard, because in marketing, if you're trying to serve everybody, you are essentially serving no one. That made it really tough for me to now talk to my ideal clients, because my ideal clients was essentially everybody. Whoever had a video project, I'm your guy, Whereas let's just say if I started out with the real estate industry first, what would have eventually happened is that I knew exactly who I was targeting. I knew exactly who was coming into my inbox. I knew exactly the messages I would pitch them when it comes time for marketing. This is the perfect segue to bring you into my second thing that I wish I knew. And that is how to market the business properly and turning it into a cash flow machine. Not having a specific niche will make it very hard for you to market. One thing I wish I knew was, going into blogging, like finding out how to blog, or even bringing on somebody on board that knows how to blog. That way I could get reoccurring leads from SEOs and from different types of people that is searching for services like ours. Now, our business is focused on serving B2B, and that's working with commercial businesses to create either commercials for them that is going to solve a problem that they currently have. One easy way that we could reach those customers is by going through LinkedIn and figuring out who's who in the companies that we're trying to reach, and who is the best person to contact within our ideal market. And also learning different types of marketing that we can do. So like email marketing, social media marketing, print marketing, snail mail marketing, all different types of marketing that I wish I knew that I could have taken advantage of. I just wish that I knew how to properly market the business, so that way we could pick up traction earlier. And now for the third thing I wish I knew is, honestly, truly investing in stronger lights and not spending all my budget on a pricey or a more expensive camera. I learned really fast that I could have rented any type of high-end cameras I wanted, as long as I included in the budget that we created for the client. But as far as lighting is something that we will always need a lot of. Honestly, it's always better to have more light. You can always cut and shape the light to your liking, but if you don't have enough light, you're definitely going to sacrifice the amount of information on how clean the information that you're going to be able to pick up with your expensive camera. These camera sensors have a limit. Also, these fast lenses, sometimes you do not want to be shooting wide open, in every scene. Sometimes you need to go 4.0 or 5.6 at night. Just knowing that beforehand, I wish, I really invested into like my knowledge on how to use proper lighting and how to light different scenarios and how to treat light, so that way it could give me exactly what I want for the type of sensor I had for my camera. And number 4 on my list, oh my God. This is something I really never paid attention to. I've never learned how to pre-production properly. I never went to film school or any of that. I never got like proper training. So, a lot of the times I'm running and gunning. I'll get off the phone with a client and they'll tell me what they're looking for. I'll make sure I ask them all the types of questions, and sometimes barely writing notes and kind of like storing it in my head. I don't know if a lot of you could relate to that. And if you can, just hit me with that thumbs up. But yeah, I'll just write the notes, take the notes down, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I could do a little storyline like this, a little storyline like that. And then boom, next thing you know, we show up on the shoot and cameras was on. That was the typical style of what you call a run and gun, for us at least. As the business started to get bigger and more intricate, then we realized, we need to learn how to properly create a pre-production treatment or whatever else it may be. So that way, everybody could know what's going on the team and nobody has any questions, or very few questions as possible. So that way we have a plan on how we're going to execute the shoot, and also being very organized with the shoot on how we're going to deliver the final product to the client. That will also give your client a lot of trust and faith into you to see that, one, you're a real professional, two, you're very organized, and there's no other feeling than that, because at the end of the day, it's all about the client. It's all about what the client wants. And you want to make sure, as a freelancer or even as a production company, you want to make sure that you are fulfilling that need for the client, because customers don't just spend money because they just want to give you their money. They're investing that money with you or your business, so that way they can get the return from that investment from the services that you have to offer. And last but not least, oh my God, this one is a lifesaver. Luckily, that was one of the first things that I implemented in my business, which was getting an assistant that will, one, answer your phone call and your emails while you're out on shoots, and two, help you organize and manage client relations. A lot of times that's something that we don't have the chance or the time to do, because we're either always shooting or always editing. It's either one or the other, or sometimes both at the same time, one after another. I could tell you that you will lose a lot of business right off the bat if a client is in need of your service, and as soon as they get in touch with you, it's taking you 7 to 24 hours to answer an email or to even give them a call back because you were tied up. And that's the perfect way to give business to another company that is ready and waiting for you to mess up, actually. In all honesty, that's the way the game goes. If the opportunity comes knocking at your door, sometimes these clients have really tight deadlines that they want to accomplish, and they decided to reach out last minute for some reason. That's just the industry, right? They don't have time to sit around and wait for you to give them a quote. So they're going to move on to the next person that's ready and waiting for that business. If they really wanted to work with you, you can call back and, they'll say, yeah, we were looking forward to speak with you and see how we could work together, blase, blase, blase. A lot of times that happens, and sometimes it can be a rare occasion, but if you're the type of person God is on your side like that, more power to you. But I will definitely suggest you getting a virtual assistant, or, just either your girlfriend or your wife. Just make sure that they're on board with you to answering your emails. That assistant can also act as an account receivable. So, staying on top of the client to make sure that you are getting paid as soon as possible. I hope, my experience could make your experience as a filmmaker a much better one, so that way you could start your business with some traction and, some clarity. That's something that a lot of us do not have when we're starting out. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you found value in it, hit me with that thumbs up. And if it's your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. I'll see you on my next one. Deuces.